You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire you.
Kakyoin was a fan favorite in JOJO's Part 3, and a few people have asked me to make a what if about Kakyoin surviving Part 3 and going on to help the JOSTAR family in the later parts. So today's video is going to be about Kakyoin and how he would change Part 4 of JOJO's Bizarre Adventure if he was still around to help Jotaro and Josuke. So before I begin, I want to explain that this video is technically a part 2 of another one I did about Caesar surviving his fight with Wamu and helping take down Dio in Part 3. So, while this will be treated as a standalone video, and you don't need to watch the other one to enjoy it, if you do want a little background information first, be sure to watch the Caesar video before this one. But with that out of the way, let's get the video started. After narrowly surviving the battle with Dio, Kakyoin returns to his home in Japan, still keeping in touch with the friends he made while traveling the world. But as years went by and life changes, Kakyoin has found himself in a new town starting over, and hoping to live out the rest of his life as normally as possible. But he quickly finds himself wrapped up in more trouble thanks to the JOSTARS. Kakyoin wakes up and checks his phone. He has received a text on his cell phone, and for the first time in a long time, he sees a message from his friend Jotaro. It reads, "Hey, I know this is sudden, but I need your help again. I'm visiting a family member in Morio, a small town in Japan, and there seems to be some big trouble. If you want to come out here and help, I'll be happy to pay for your ticket, but the faster you get here, the better." Kakyoin is a little surprised, but mostly excited, thinking, the JOSTARS only call when things get serious. It's lucky I'm already so close. Is it fate or something more that brought us all here to this same town? Kakyoin tries calling Jotaro to let him know he's already living in Morio, but Jotaro doesn't answer. Kakyoin gets an uneasy feeling and heads out thinking, I'll keep calling Jotaro, but just in case he needs help, I'll head into town. Maybe I'll bump into him. With that, he hits the city, following his instincts until he finds himself somewhat lost, going down an unfamiliar alley. I can't shake this bad feeling I have, Kakyoin thinks, as he gets ready to turn around and head back the way he came. But he's stopped by a young girl, frantically waving her arms towards him. Kakyoin rushes over to her, then asks if she's okay. The young girl laughs. "Yeah, I'm fine. I just wanted to tell you your friends need you." Remy tells him where Jotaro and Josuke went, pointing him to the right direction. But when Kakyoin turns back to ask the girl how she knows Jotaro, let alone him, the girl is gone. Kakyoin questions his sanity for a moment, but snaps back to reality quickly and heads to Jotaro's supposed location. Kakyoin finds a home with the door left open and an eerie feeling in the air, as he looks for any signs of life. As Kakyoin searches, he hears what sounds like a gunshot outside, and he instantly rushes to help. He follows the sound until he sees a young man standing not too far from a collapsed Jotaro. Kakyoin shouts out to Jotaro just as the boy summons his stand and shoots a bullet at an unseen target. "You missed," Jotaro tells Josuke, who blames Kakyoin for shouting out and scaring him. Jotaro then struggles to turn towards Kakyoin, warning him about the stand battle going on. Kakyoin offers to help, but Jotaro tells him it's too risky. The stand user's small and hard to see, and his stand can hit from a decent range. He then tells Josuke that he has to hurry and end the fight quickly so he can fix everyone back to normal. To which Josuke takes a deep breath before continuing his search for the enemy. Josuke uses his telescope, but admits even with it, the enemy seems too fast and won't stand still for long. But Jotaro continues to assure Josuke he can win, he just has to focus. Kakyoin adds, "If Jotaro thinks you can do this, then I know without a doubt that you can too. But I have some advice. I'm a long-range stand user, so I'd recommend shooting the stand user before it can stop and find cover. But if you are trying to hit a moving target, be sure you're aiming at where the target will be and not where it's at now." Josuke thanks everyone for their words of encouragement as he begins to focus in on his shot, connecting perfectly and finishing the battle in one hit. Josuke quickly celebrates before rushing over to heal Jotaro. Jotaro thanks him, then tells him to heal the family inside the house if he can. "I need to talk to my friend Kakyoin for a moment." So, Josuke follows Jotaro's lead and rushes off to save the family inside. As Kakyoin asks Jotaro, "Are you okay?" Jotaro nods his head, saying, "Yes, that rat truly was terrifying." Kakyoin replies, "That rat? You were just fighting a rat?" Jotaro looks slightly embarrassed as he dodges the question, saying, "That doesn't matter. What matters is you're here. Someone's been giving stands out to dangerous people with some magic arrow. We've been looking for them, but with little luck. I figured you might be able to help us out like you did with Dio." From here, Jotaro tells Kakyoin everything they know and introduces him to a lot of the other stand users in Morio. The story continues just like in the anime, with everyone having their own fun, wacky adventures while Kakyoin works on finding answers. Sometime later, Jotaro and Koichi are following one of Kakyoin's leads when they are attacked by a stand user. A huge explosion catches them by surprise, just as they seem to be getting the answers they need, and the battle quickly turns bad as Jotaro and Star Platinum are unable to destroy the tank-like stand. And unfortunately, while saving Koichi from an explosion, Jotaro is badly injured and taken out of the fight. This leaves Koichi to fight valiantly against the stand user alone. And while Koichi does his best, he isn't able to stop the stand user. But he is able to steal his wallet and learn his true identity, Yoshikage Kira. Koichi mocks Kira with his last bit of strength before Kira flies into a rage and begins beating Koichi again. But with the time Koichi stalled for, Jotaro is able to get back to his feet. Jotaro saves Koichi by unleashing a barrage of punches that are too strong for Killer Queen or Kira, but sadly, just like in the anime, this battle is a draw, with both men too hurt to continue. Jotaro falls to the ground as Kira cowers and runs away, too afraid of Jotaro to face him. But this time, as Kira flees across the street, he bumps into Kakyoin, who doesn't budge. Kira begins pleading with the assumed stranger, saying, "Please sir, this has been a terrible accident. I need you to help me and take me to the hospital." But Kakyoin just grabs him by the collar of his shirt, saying, "I'll take you to the hospital after I kick your ass for Jotaro." Kira looks back at the men he just tried to murder in cold blood as Kakyoin punches him to the ground. Kira cries out, "What the hell's wrong with this day? I just want to be left alone," as he dashes towards the street. But Kakyoin warns him, "You can't run, I have you surrounded." Kira realizes he's trapped in a cage of green emerald coming from Kakyoin's stand. "What? It can't be," Kira cries out. "I can't get caught like this." Kira searches for an escape as Kakyoin closes in on him. Around this time, Kira's father, who is still stuck inside the picture, calls out to his son, showing a perfect path down an old rundown alley. Kira thanks his father, and using his last bit of strength, rushes towards his only chance of escape. Kakyoin first shoots out an emerald splash at the photo, sending it crashing down to the ground as Kira runs deeper down the alleyway. Kakyoin calls out to his pathetic foe, "Don't look back," as he lets Kira seemingly get away. Kira laughs to himself, "What? This lazy idiot is actually going to let me escape? And who does this guy think he is, telling me, 'Don't look back,' so smugly, like he's my father or something?" Kira looks back one last time as an act of defiance, but this cost him his life as hundreds of hands seem to appear out of nowhere behind him. He sees the girl Remy watching. He almost doesn't recognize her as he again tries begging for help, but as the hands drag him closer to his end, he finally realizes who she really is before he's completely destroyed by the hands. As Remy watches her killer Kira finally get what he deserves, she finally feels free and at peace, ready to move on. She also sees Josuke heal Jotaro and Koichi before he finds and picks up the photograph that Kira's father has been living in. Kakyoin tells him, "That's him, the one who received Dio's golden arrows." "What? How did you find me?" the old man asks, knowing he's been beat. But Jotaro interrupts him, saying, "It doesn't matter. What matters is you're done." Jotaro hands Josuke a lighter. Josuke nods his head and sets the picture on fire, burning it and Yoshiro away. Josuke thanks everyone for helping him keep his home safe, and Jotaro thanks Kakyoin for the assistance. "I'm sure you being here helped us save more than a few lives. I know this is sudden, but I trust you more than anybody else. I need you to meet up with our old friend Polnareff. I got a message saying he found himself in a bit of trouble." Kakyoin nods his head, saying, "No problem, Jotaro. I'll see what Polnareff's up to. It'll be fun seeing him again. I've never thought a normal, boring life was for me anyway." And with that, all the JoJos and all the JoBros go their separate ways on to the next adventure. And that's it for today. I hope you liked the video, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to keep the channel growing. So until next time, have a great day, and I'll talk to you all later.